Hi, so if you're a Gemini born May 21st to June 20th, what can you expect for the month of November 2015? Let's tune in and find out. Wow, Geminis, you've been through it. They're just showing me like you wrung out. So you have been wrung out, and whether it's been a health challenge or a financial challenge or just stress at work or family matters, I just feel like you guys are spent. So you're coming into November. It reminds me almost like an alcoholic or who needs to dry out, like they're drying out. The worst is over. Now they're dealing with the post-traumatic stress. They're dealing with the repercussions of drying out, right? So whatever your poison has been, whether it's been, like that, whether you're somebody who's been an addict, or whether you're somebody who has had this health crisis, or you're somebody who's been, having to deal with family issues, and now, you've cut yourself off with the family drama. You guys are recovering now, right? So you're in this space of recovery. So this month is going to feel so much better. It's going to feel like a walk in the park compared to last month. So I do feel like there's an opening here for you to feel better, to get the help that you need, and to kind of rebuild your energy field, or rebuild your reserves, right? And also to kind of get your head screwed on straight and to move in the direction that you want to go, right? And part of that has to do with getting your head and your heart in alignment, because a lot of you have been doing what your head's been telling you to do and not what your heart is telling you to do. And this month you're going to have to look in the mirror, and you're going to see the difference. You're going to see wow, this is where my life looks like, and this is where I want to be, and they don't match. So for a lot of you, you're going to see where those differences stick out. For some of you, you're going to see that you've already made this turn. Some of you are ahead of the curve, and you've already made the adjustment, and you're starting to feel the relief because you've made the changes. You left your job, or you sold your house, or you did whatever you need to do to live a more freeing lifestyle, or the lifestyle that you actually choose. Okay, so now let's first look at your relationships. For those of you in a committed relationship, what you can expect for the month of November. It looks like it's a really good communication and really some happiness and some positive things for a lot of you. For some of you, there's who are in a relationship. So it's two things. It's for those of you that have already kind of made the transition in moving your life in the direction that feels authentic for you. Your relationships are really good. For those of you that have not yet personally made those adjustments for yourself in being able to have your life match up what you want it to be, I feel more heart struggle. I feel more of a challenge with your partner. It doesn't feel like a big thing though. It feels like it's much more internal than external. I think your partner won't even know. For most of you Geminis, you're really good at just flipping the switch and being that happy-go-lucky character, playing that role, and your partner doesn't even know that you're second guessing the relationship, or you're second guessing where you're living, or you're second guessing your career, or all of the above, right? So this is an internal struggle, Gemini, that you're going to be dealing with this month. So you can still have a really great time with your relationship, because that's the way you guys are wired. You have the ability to kind of walk away from it, where some other people, other signs, they wear their emotions on their sleeve and couldn't hide it if they wanted to. So Gemini, that's just more of a private thing. So your relationships feel as easy as you want them to be, as fun as and carefree as you want them to be this month, which is a really nice place to be, which means you have control over your romantic relationship this month, which is nice. Now, for those of you single looking for love, let's see what you can expect for this month. So Geminis, you're going to really have to put yourself out there if you are interested in somebody. It's almost like you may be showing interest, and it's like whoever you're talking to is stone cold deaf. Like, huh? Like they don't get it. And you're like, how could they not get it? I did everything but like get naked in front of them, right? It's like that. So I feel some exasperation on your part about feeling like you've communicated your interest and the other person is like, they're interested in me? Really? or they just are not interested at all and they kind of like backtrack. So it feels a little frustrating to try and create a hookup with an agenda, like having an agenda of turning this into something romantic, long term. Now, if you just want to have fun, you can absolutely just have fun. So the recommendation is not worrying about trying to make anybody the one. It's just like, just go have fun, just play, just be yourself. And when the connection isn't made, it's not a big deal. It's like, okay, whatever, they don't get me, or, whatever. And because you may find out that, this is interesting, that whoever it is that you may run into this month, you may not make a romantic connection, but they may cross your path again in February or March of next year, and then the connection is made then. And it's because of kind of like the energy that's going around, this Neptune energy is around, and so it's really interesting. So it may be that you run into somebody this month that's just like, hey, whatever. But then the next time you see them, like, what? Like I met you before? Really? And it's a completely different energy. Okay, so that's really interesting. So there is hope for you for the future. So if it's not, I don't feel like it's this month, but it's certainly coming up. Now, let's look at anything around your career and money, Geminis, okay? So there needs to be some patience with your career. Some of you are wanting more, you're wanting to build, but it seems like whatever you build, it just melts. It's like, it's like walking out in the hot sun with an ice cream cone. It's just not holding up. And so it's okay if just do what's in front of you and just keep moving forward. And there'll come a time when that road's going to come up to meet you, right? And it's not so much this month. It feels a little bit like, like you're a little bit on quicksand. But if you keep moving, if you just keep moving, you're going to stay afloat. You're going to be okay. But there's nothing really, really grounded this month that's in addition to what you've been doing. The good news is as you keep moving, right? As you keep moving and doing what you're doing. So if you're looking for more work, you're looking for more jobs, you're trying to discover the right job, or you're trying to expand something you're already doing. As you put in the effort and the time, it's like a moving sidewalk. It just gets well, I was seeing first like the steps were further apart, but as you move a little faster, there's no more breaks, right? It just becomes solid. It becomes more grounded. It becomes more fluid for you. So I like whatever you do, just keep doing more of it, and you're going to see growth with it. You're going to see it's going to give money. It's going to give you money. It's going to build. Okay. It may not be long term, this thing that you're doing or that you're inventing or you're creating in November, but it is going to give you information. It is going to give you insight. It's going to give you clarity about what you want while paying you money, okay? So I don't see it as being a waste of your time. I see it as being something good because it's educational in terms of what you need for yourself and the direction that you want to go. So if you've just started a new job in early November or in mid-November, it's okay. Go with that job. There is going to be a lot of illusions around this job and what it could be and what it could make and all that sort of stuff. And there may be disappointment at the end of it, but it's going to teach you some valuable lessons and you're going to make money along the way. So not a bad thing. Okay, now also about your money. A great improvement with your money towards the end of the month, towards that 20th, around that 20th. Now we do have a full moon, November 25th. The full moon is in Gemini. It's in your sign. So that's when you could see some of these opportunities showing up in your career and being able to manifest something more. And again, this could be for the most part, it doesn't feel long-term, but it feels solid in the moment, all right? So just go with it. If it's something that you've been planning to do, just go with it. Don't worry about it and just experience it. Okay. There may be somebody new that you meet this month that's going to help you financially and that's going to help you emotionally. It's new information. It may be just a random stranger even that you have a conversation with that you go, wow, I never thought of that, or wow, I didn't know that. So there's somebody this month that you meet that leaves a big impression on you that helps to shape your thinking. It's almost like a light bulb goes off and it's like, wow, it wasn't, wow, okay. And so it's something that you needed to hear, and it ignites something inside of you that helps to really give you clarity. I like it a lot, and it feels like it's more earlier in the month or mid-month. So look for those light bulb moments this month, because it's really going to give you something to hang on to with a sense of stability for yourself that's really important. Okay, Geminis, have an amazing month. It feels really carefree and fun, and there's a lot of movement, which I really like for you, because when we're moving and we're making money, there's nothing wrong with that. That feels really good, and we feel productive and having a good time. And especially we've got, the full moon in your sign around the 25th. So you've got, big opportunities for things to come in into completion that you wanted to do. And that's, what more can we ask, right? To have things be complete and full circle. All right, guys, have an amazing month. Thanks for listening to my intuitive astrology. And if you like it, please share it with your friends. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.